friends, welcome back again. So happy you popped over again to see what I am up to today. For everyone who is new here, welcome. My name is Janny and I hope you enjoy what you see, and if you do, I hope you take a little bit of inspiration with you. For everyone here who is not subscribed to my channel, of course, I hope you will click the red subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and of course hit the bell so you will be notified every time I upload new DIYs. Like I always say, enough talking and let's jump into today's inspiration. And you see already on my table we have the supplies we need. Of course, we need our tumbling towel blocks, the smaller blocks. I use my wooden ladder I just recently found, and I'm really I am amazed about the quality because they are cheap and even the quality is very nice. So I hope maybe in your store where you live you also can find this kind of DIY ladders. Of course, you can use sticker ladders. I have here my container with some scissors, markers, brushes, some Mod Podge, some wood glue, everything you need. Like I always say, you can use your hot glue, but be careful that your piece is not falling apart. But if you don't have anything else, hot glue will be fine. And of course, some paint at your choice and some saucer with a piece of old kitchen towel which is wet to wipe away the glue. This is the main pieces we need for this DIY. What we're going to do, we are going to make a couple of easy tumbling towel block sign, making totally from wood. For the first frame, we are going to use 3 blocks. So we're going to do on the tops some glue. So very easy. On the tops and of course also over here, place them together and we're going to squeeze it. Make sure that you have a straight line, and you see already I'm a little off the line, and of course we're going to do 3 again on the tops and over here the same, and we are going to do this 4 times and another one of 3, and always on the this one on the tops, and immediately we're going to place them together and squeeze them together so we don't have too much glue which is running out. And I admit I am always someone who uses a little bit too much glue, always. So don't take me as an example because I'm always a little bit too much in the glue. I don't know, I'm always scared that maybe it will fall apart. I don't know why. But you see already, that's why I always have my kitchen towel with my hand, because you never know, because everything is running out. So I'm going to give this a couple of minutes. We gave it a couple of minutes. What we're going to do, we are going to do some glue on one side, on this one, and we're going to place them very easy this way, squeeze it and keep it in place. And we do here the same, but of course a little on the side over here. And we're going to place, and of course you see already I am doing it wrong because you see already he is supposed to be over here. So we're going to squeeze this one over here. And you see if everything is correctly, this one is fitting nicely inside. So we're going to do one on the top and a little on the side, and we're going to place it down and we're going to place it in, and we over here going to give it a pressure and over here, and we're going to let this dry in a couple of minutes. In the meantime, while the frame is drying, we are going to get 9 blocks. We already have 4, 7, 8 and 9, so very easy. We're going to lay them next to each other. We're going to do the sides of the block, the longest side. So very easy. And just place them immediately against each other so the glue is not running out too much. And this is already number 7, number 8 and number 9 is the closure up. And we're going to squeeze it. We start in the middle because or else they will pop out. If there is a block in between which is not totally straight, then it will pop out. So again, we're going to get 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9, and we're going to do again the sides with some glue. And so we are going to make a very easy frame. And of course I decorated only because to give you an inspiration, but you can change it up like I always tell you, any way you like, because it's your home, it's your decor, and you decide how you want to have it. And you can even spray paint it if you're more like a glam person. You can spray paint it in the gold or the silver. So do whatever you think is right, because some people, when they are watching, they think this is not my taste. Of course, I have a different taste than a lot of you probably have. So, but I like a lot of drifted decor, but that's also not everyone's cup of tea, drifted items. So I like that a lot, but you can change up anyway the DIYs the same like you do with your own decor. You can change it up any way you like. So this is not something you have to do. So that's a lot of words for for saying just do it the way you think you need to do it. So, but I'm always loving long stories, and I have already a lot of friends who say I have to be shorter. So I'm really sorry. I just love talking to you. So someone who is bothering it when I'm talking or counting, maybe, like I always tell you, this is not the channel for you. And again, I try to get them off my table and give them another push so everything is straight. We give them a couple of minutes drying. So you see already, I gave it a couple of minutes drying. Now I'm going to place two of them on the side. I'm going to do some glue over here and over here. And this is so easy to make. And how easy is make your own cute little sign or picture frame. But you can also place a picture on top of here. Just paint it, measure out, and you can do some picture on top of here. So it's also great. So you have a very cheap picture frame and you made it yourself. So we're going to squeeze it and we're going to let this dry in for a couple of minutes. So I did some glue on the inside of the frame. So very simple. And now we're going to get very easy. We're going to lay this on top and we're going to find the middle, and then we're going to give it a little bit of pressure and we're going to let this dry in. So after a couple of minutes, I turned over the frame and you see already this is how it's looking like. And you see already in the lines are some glue, and I'm going to get my brush and I'm going to wipe away the glue we don't need. So we're going to go on the corners to wipe away the glue, which is too much, because with painting, even with then you don't get it away. So we very easy get the brush and wipe all the glue away, and we're going to give it a couple of minutes again. So we gave it a couple of minutes again. We're going to get a loose block, and of course I'm going to do some glue on the underside and a little on the top. And you see already the blocks were 9 blocks, so the middle will be 4 over here, 3.5, 3.5, and here's 1 left over. We're going to place it exactly in the middle, and this way. We do here the same, some glue on this. Of course, this one has a piece of the wood is gone, and we're going to place it over here, and again in the middle, squeeze it, and we're going to do on this side the same. Of course, we have to get them exactly against each other. We do here the same. This one is a little bit more difficult, but you can very easily see the middle if you look at this one. So we're going to go over here, squeeze this one, and the last. And of course you can decorate it inside in a different way, but I thought maybe it is a little bit more different than if we always do the same. And again, squeeze it in the middle like this, and of course this one is also in the middle, and we're going to give it a couple of minutes. Of course you can close it up, but I am preferring it that I leave this piece open. And now I'm getting 4 of my letters, and I'm going to do the word farm, and I'm going to glue them inside of here, and you see over here, and it gives a little bit a different look if you do it this way. Or normally you have the look you always find in any stores, but now you can change it up a little bit at your own taste. So I'm going to do some glue on the letters, and I'm going to place it inside, and where I want to have them. I'm going to do the R on the same length over here. Place them over here and the letter A. And of course in this way, just over here, not too high. And the letter M, he's always a little bit bigger, especially this M is a little bigger. And of course you can also use some sticker letters. And I have them on the same height that I want to have them also for the letter. And I'm going to let this dry. I will show you. This is how it looks. Of course, I know you see it backwards, but at the ending you will see the right way. This is just my telephone, but I'm already really happy how he's looking like right now. So we are going to give it some drying time, and then we're going to paint it. And before I'm going to paint it, I have here my bag. I will try not to crackle too much with all wood pieces like this. I always collect them through the years. And of course, I'm going to look for if I can find a rooster for on top to place it in the middle of here, because I want to do it, like I told you, a little bit different than normally just make a nice cross over here. So I'm going to, of a plus, maybe a cross is the other way, but a plus. So I'm going to find for a rooster and to fitting on top of here. He has to be very thin, because or else he is sticking out too much. So I will see what I can find, and then we are going to paint it. So I have found my rooster, and he is very thin. You see already he has a little touch, because he was from a banner. What I'm going to do, of course, later I will work away this little hole. So don't worry about it, but it's fitting nicely on top of here. So what I'm going to do, first I'm going to paint this. I'm going to paint the rooster, and then I'm going to glue it on top of here. But of course I give it all of them the same color, but you can change it up anyway. Maybe before you can glue the letters, if you want to have them in another color, just paint them before you glue them on top of here. That's, of course, you know that. And if you want to do the little animal also another color, do it in front of before you glue it on top of here. So I'm going to make all of them in the same color, and I use my creamy color. You know already which one I use the most. So I am really liking this color, but that's also not everyone's cup of tea. So choose the color you like. So I do it a little bit faster. So you see already is one big mess on my table. I did paint this one, and of course we had a little opening inside of the rooster, and I told you I will fix it. What I did some wood filler inside, and of course I also did the whole piece of the rooster, because it was a flat wooden piece, a thin wooden piece, and I didn't like it too much. So I did totally a light layer of some wood filler over the rooster with some brush, so I make it that he comes more to life. I don't know if I make sense or not, but at least I take it in my hand and I do some wood filler and just over it, and also over the little hole, and then give some decoration on the rooster so it comes more to life. And then I painted it also in the same color, and later we're going to glue it, of course, in the middle. But first we're going to let this dry. So I used wood filler to fill it up, but I also did the whole rooster on the front side. And now I want to have mine, who is drying right now. I want to give it a stand so he can very easy stand, but I want to do it with as less blocks as we can do. So I'm going to get one block. I'm going to place it this way. I'm going to do here. I'm going to do a little glue on top over here. I'm going to place one of the blocks this way. So you just make a kind of a corner, and of course you have to make a straight line and keep it in place for a little moment. We only need 3 blocks because I keep it very simple. So just let this dry in for a couple of minutes. So you just make very simple, you make a corner like this. So it is very easy. And then we're going to glue the other one on top. So now we have our corner, and you keep it this way. The longest block is over here, and you have this one over here. We're going to do some glue on the underside. like this, and we place this one straight on his side, and we're going to place this one in the middle and just keep it in place for a little moment until he's drying in a little bit, but it's only most of the time only a minute. So keep it in place for a little moment and then let it dry better. So if everything is correctly, you have this. If you look it on the side, it's this way, and this is only very simple. And we're going to later, when everything is dried up, of course, we're going to paint this also in the same color, at least I do. And then I'm going to do some glue over here, place it on the back side, and then he can stand on his own. So everything is dried up. I'm going to get a little bit of glue, and I'm going to do it on this side, a little dot on this side, and of course a little over here, because it's very light, so it doesn't need so much glue. And you see already, if I am looking correctly, I have the glue already on the wrong places, but it doesn't matter. I'm just going to place it over here and this way, and I'm going to press it, and of course I'm going to wipe away the glue we don't need. So don't do it just like me, just look where you want to have the glue. So now he's stuck on top of here. Now I only need to do the stand on the back side, so I'm going to do some glue on the top over here, and I'm going to place this one straight up, and I'm going to place this one, and of course I'm going to look that I have it in the middle, and I'm going to place it this way. Keep it in place for a couple of seconds until he can stand on his own. So, but I won't bore you with that. We are going further with our second sign, and already for our second sign we make a sign straight up. What we're going to do, we're going to do 20 blocks, and I did already 20 over here, or else you will be totally crazy from all the counting that I'm doing. So I have already 20 here, 20 here, and then we're going to glue them together. I do one row, of course, together with you, but you know already how to glue the sides and make one piece out of it. Of course, especially when you have 20 blocks, be careful that the middle is not popping out. So we start squeezing in the middle, but I show you that in a moment. That's better than we do it in once, because or else we get one big mess. So we are almost there, and this will be a long one, because this one you can place anywhere, because he's straight up, and you can place it anywhere in your decor. Of course, I'm going to do this one for the kitchen, but you can do it for with every word you want. Of course, you see already I am squeezing, but he still wants to pop out because the blocks are not totally even, all of them. So, and like I always say, if you have a metal hook or metal square, how you call it, use it if you like it. Of course, I'm not using it because I used to using just my hands and my fingers. But of course, if you want to do it really straight, then be my guest. Of course, I'm going to finish this, and this is already number one. I'm going to do the second one, and then of course we do the next step. So we gave it a couple of minutes resting, and of course it still is vulnerable because it still can break. I'm going to carefully place it on the side, one piece. I'll make one line of glue, and we're going to glue this like we did with the other one to each other. So be careful, and again, make sure that you have a nice straight line, give it some pressure, and of course don't mind if some blocks are falling apart. You can easily glue them together again. So we're going to give this a couple of minutes a rest also. So in the meantime, while this is drying, we are going to make 6 blocks, 4, 5, 6, and we do them on top. So just do some glue on the top side and over here, place them immediately against each other. Of course, don't do it the way I do it, just this way. And over here, and the number 5, and of course number 6 is the closure up. Then squeeze it together also from outside of the middle, then squeeze it in once, and we're going to wipe away the glue. This is already number 1, place it aside, and we're going to do the second of 6. We need 2 of 6 pieces, and again on the tops over here, and on this one, and number 4, and number 5, and number 6 is again the closure up. We're going to do from the middle out, going to squeeze it and do it over here, and then we squeeze in once, and you see still he is very breakable because he is still want to break out. We're going to do 2 pieces of 2, and again do some on the top side again, squeeze them, and we do over here and squeeze it, and this one also, and we are going to remove the glue like this, and then we're going to give it a couple of minutes drying. So we gave it a couple of minutes, and we do it very easy. Of course, we do some glue on this side, and we place it, I think you already know, over here at the ending. Feel with your fingers, give it a little bit of pressure over here, and now we're going to do one longer piece. We do some glue in the middle, and be careful because it still can break, but even when it breaks it doesn't matter, and give it some pressure again, and make sure that you have it also on the ending of your block this way. We do here the same in the middle, and we're going to very carefully place it aside, and we're going to place it over here, and again give it some pressure and feel with your fingers so you have it on the ending of this block also, and this way. And now the last, only one of 2 this way, and we're going to give this a couple of minutes drying also. So we're closing it up, and so we have a nice frame for the first side, because this will be a double-sided one you can use. So give it a couple of minutes rest. In the meantime, while this is drying for a couple of minutes, we are going to do, because it's a double-sided sign, we are going to do again 6 pieces, and we do this 2 times. Like this, and we do the double up over here and over here, and we're going to do this a little bit faster. And you see here we already have our 2 pieces of 6 again, 2 pieces of 2. We are going to carefully turn around our sign, and we're going to give some pressure from the top. What we're going to do, we're going to start the same procedure again, and this is just some glue over here. Place this on the side. We're going to do some glue over here. Of course, I have to turn it around, and I have the flat side to glue over here. And you see already he is moving around, but that doesn't matter. We're going to place this one over here on top of here. We're going to turn this one around and do some glue. Also in every block we need a little bit of glue, and we're going to turn this one also on this side, and we give it some pressure, and we do the last piece and some glue over here, and closing it up with this one. And now we're just going to feel with our fingers so we have a nice frame we get. Of course you can redo it, and you see already this block does not want to go where I want to have it. He is, but when I do redo it and I'm going to let it dry, it will be fine. So everything is inside, and I feel on the side, because one side needs to be flat because it gets a stand. So we need to have at least one side who is flat. So I'm going to give this some pressure. I'm going to let this dry at least for a big hour. So in the meantime, while this is drying, I'm going to place it over here. What I'm going to do, we're going to make the stand because we're going to use it standing up. We are going to get 6 blocks and we are going to do some glue on the wider side over here, and number 3. This will be 1 and number 2 and number 3. Again, place them on the side, make a straight line, squeeze it, and we do here the same on the side, make a straight line and squeeze it, and we're going to give it a couple of minutes so it can rest in the glue. So I was looking, and I think if I place them on top of each other, I think I find them a little bit too low. So I'm going to get again 3 blocks and I do the same because I'm going to give it a little bit more height than what it is now. But of course you can do it as high as you like. If you want to have it a little bit lower, then go ahead and go for a little lower. You see already we have the blocks on the side. The smaller sides are on top over here. So of course wipe away the glue and we're going to let this rest for a couple of minutes. So we gave it a couple of minutes and we're going to do some glue on the underside. We place this one on top, do some glue, and of course you see already I do the smaller sides on top, not the wider side but the smaller side where you see 3 blocks together. And this way give it a little bit of pressure, place it on the side, and this way squeeze it. And now we're going to let it rest. Now our little block is drying, and like I told you, maybe you can see it better this way. Here you see the 6 little tops, and this way you have to place it because it's filling. Then what we're going to do, we're going to get 3 blocks. We're going to glue the sides, of course 1, number 2, and place it against each other. We're going to do again 3 and number 2, and again place it together. We're going to do another one of 3 and place them together, and we do a couple of them because we need we need 6 pieces of 3. We already have almost 4, and this is number 4, and now we have only number 5 and number 6, and then we already have the amount we need. 6 pieces of 3 because that will be his feet. And again we are finished. Squeeze it together, squeeze, and again we're going to give them of course a couple of minutes rest before we go further with the stand. So let's give it a little dry time from a couple of minutes. So we have our 6 pieces of 3. What we're going to do, you see already, we're going to get 2 pieces and we're going to glue them together like this, and we're going to place them together. We do some glue of course on both of them, and we're going to do some glue on this side, place it on top of here, and we're going to place this one against each other. So very easy, just squeeze it, press it down, and we do the same with the other side. Of course you see already I have too many blocks. You see already. This is of course we have to do some glue over here and place this one on top. I have one too many, but it doesn't matter. You can better have too many than too short. So I thought I had 6, but I have 7. So I'm going to squeeze them, press them down this way, and we're going to place it down, and we're going to give this some rest. And this is how it's looking like, and this is the side, you see. Now I can of course this one you can easily get out of each other. If you have something like this also, just go over with your wet towel, wipe the glue away, and you can use it for another DIY. So don't worry about it. That's the greatest. If you don't do it too late, you still can redo it and just use it for your another DIY. So again, we're going to give this some moment to rest. But before we're going to do that, I'm going to place this one, of course, in the middle of this one. over here. So I'm going to do some glue. I have to be sure that everything is very nicely down. So I'm going to do some glue over here and over here, and we're going to place this one in the middle also. Give it some pressure, and then we're going to let this at least rest for an hour. So I show you the stand a little bit closer on the sides. Also you see here the 9 blocks, and here you see also the 9 blocks, but only this one is double up. And you see this is our stand where he can stand on. And like I said, we're going to give it some rest. In the same time we are going to get our frame and we're going to get our ladders. So in the meantime, while our stand is drying over here, of course I have my ladders. I do family and gather on the other side. Of course you can choose any words you like, which is fitting for your decor, but which is nicely for you to have in your home. Not everyone likes the same word, so I'm going to lay down family over here. I'm going to try to lay it out the best that it is for inside. You see already we don't have too much space, so we have to go a little over here. We have to make some room for all the ladders. Of course we have to place it in. It has to work if we want to or not. But they need to fit inside of here. So I'm going to puzzle for, and of course if you have a 5-letter word it's even better. So I'm going to puzzle a little bit, and then I'm going to get my wood glue and I'm going to glue them on top of here. I have my word family, and I know it was a little bit of squeezing in, but so if you maybe you have some smaller letters or maybe you have some Scrabble letters, it doesn't matter, but I hope you get them a little bit easier in than I do, but at the end it works. I have here my brush again, and I'm going to wipe away the glue in between, because if we're going to paint it we are not want to that it's all glue on the side. So we go with our brush inside and just work away the glue in between. So we're going to let this rest, then we're going to turn it over and we're going to do the other side. And like I told you, we are going to do gather over there. So, but I give this a couple of minutes drying, or else I'm turning it over and the letters are falling down on the other side. That's not what we want. So I have my paint ready, and on both of the sides I have my letters. So I am ready to paint. So of course I'm going to do the stand and the sign separately, and then we're going to glue it. So first I'm going to paint, and I'm going to paint this also in the creamy white color. But this would also be very nice if you spray painted it in any color. So I take my time for it, and of course then we're going to glue it on top. And of course I have everything painted. I have the stand over here and I'm going to do some glue, but I also wanted to show you the back side of our little frame. And you see already how easy is it, and he really can stand on his own. So, and how what with only 3 blocks you already have your own cute little stand on the back side if you don't want to hang it. Most of the time I do things which are standing. So of course this is already one. For this one we're going to do some glue, a little bit more in the middle because it goes everywhere. And we're going to do the lid on, and we're going to turn it over. And we're going to place our frame on top of here. So very easy. And if you are looking, he is fitting totally over here. So he is fitting here and he's fitting here. So it's really only now a time for drying, and you see in a moment a quick impression. And you see finally a quick impression of my tumbling tile blocks signs, and I'm so happy how both of them turned out. Of course I hope you give this one also a try, because this is so easy, but also you don't have to buy expensive one because this one is much cheaper. So I hope you took out your tumbling tile blocks too and did this DIY together with me. And if you're only here to watch, I hope you had fun watching again. And for everyone who is new here, I hope you enjoyed what you saw, and if you do, I hope you will click the red subscribe button, give me a thumbs up and hit the bell so you will be notified every time I upload new DIYs. And for more DIYs, come on over to my description box, there you find the link for our DIY channels. So enough talking, I wish you all an amazing day and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!